Was a DKP push going out?
That was a group change.
Group. Boost is not the only one that can cause lag.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Yeah, you can.
Slimer, you went too far.
Anyway,
I think Slam's having issues, guys. Give us a second.
Should we log out or?
Yeah, if you guys want to log out for a minute, that's fine.
yeah,
What's going on?
Slam's having an issue, so just log out if you have buffs. Give him a minute. He said something about a fire, so it's taking extra time.
That sounds bad.
That's why we're waiting for him. Yelling at him.
We're gonna give him a couple more minutes to see if he can get it sorted. Then we're gonna have to bring in some crazy hunter lady.
Oh shit. Should probably log out of Destiny then.
This is like WWF. It's like
But no, is already in the raid.
That is a fair point.
So there's nothing. Fired. We thought you said there was a fire.
Like in an emergency take care of, maybe?
Flee before it's too late!
Alright, for this one, have 3 druids. You guys are going to be on the live side. So that's going to be Rita, Moons, and Mikhail, and then both me and Hole are going to be taking on the see how this goes with world buffs. It should be a lot easier. If we can get rogues to guard the piles for stun locks when they come up, best if you can get like the left one, Tommy get the right one, and Scroll grab the middle one.
Who's on the live side tanking, by the way?
What was that?
Who's on the live side tanking?
Tanking on the live side is the 3 druids.
Ooh.
That way they don't have deep wounds. We're gonna try to avoid shackling, but if we get backed up, I'm gonna call for Denzel to get a shackle on out. Okay. So should we
Yeah,
have
we'll
like-
probably need a bunch of just posted in order as well. I'll take the first one, and we all have macros now that we'll put a star or moon or something above the target. Please don't break it. And we'll also post in raid. So yeah, we'll try and do it that way. And if we need another one, Hunter is next. Third is Dancer. Fourth is Serotonin.
You guys,
Alex, you'll be the one calling for it, or you want me to?
I'll let you know if we start to get overrun, and then we'll just have to slow things down. So try not to go. Well, let's shackle the first one, just to kind of see how the flow of it goes, and then if we start to get, bored on this side, since we have world buffs, then we can.
We tried shackling the first one last time. Didn't work too well though. Shackle as needed seemed better.
Okay, then yeah, we'll just go with shackle as needed.
you guys, please, when and if we do start shackling, please be extra careful about AoE stuff. And be aware, like, obviously, the shackled mob can run loose for a second and might run across your vision, and you might think it's a non-shackled mob, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it should have a mark on them, and we'll have our own. And also, druids can charge at them. It will stun them, but not break shackles or shit. So you can immobilize them before they kill the priest. It's also cool.
Just the fire blast will work yellow, yeah.
You want the dot?
Druids on that side, if you guys can kind of loose spread, maybe Mikhail kind of guard the middle, and then Rita get left, and Moves get the right side.
Yeah, we just stand on the platform and take them right there.
Perfect.
And yeah, guys, you're going to want to blow your cooldowns towards the end of the waves once it starts to get real crazy. Like, that's the hump we got to get over. Once we can get to the boss, things get a lot easier. So don't keep your powder dry.
Do the mobs disappear once we hit the timer, or do we have to still kill them?
They stay, so we have to either CC them, hopefully, or kill what we can. But once we get to that point, we should be fine.
Kill order on the live side, like left to right or something, so they're not killing all.
Yeah, I would say that left to right to kill stuff so that it stagger them a bit. If that's cool.
That's cool.
Ready?
That's right.
I got moves. Do you want to moon fire that fucker?
I'm gonna punch him in his face.
Foolishly, you have sought your own demise.
Don't get scared.
Why does Spice have guard to ground?
Because you shackled them.
Ah, okay.
To invade the realm of the harvester.
Also, Skull of Manson's going to set back.
Do you know they brought him back into the world? But you heal him this time instead of killing him. I mean, technically, you're like in hell and shit. So. Rogues get good stun locks on stuff. Oh, stuff's coming out.
It's a pro
I
move
like
kill.
that, Mikhail.
Alright, let that go.
Yeah, the only things that actually last long enough to stun are.
Yeah, but it gets it's a lot harder later.
Okay, give it a second.
Remember live side left to right once they start spawning fairly consistently. So we don't spawn a bunch on them. Rider versus Rider. Or read that, sorry.
What was that?
The guy ran past you. I'll just bring him to you.
Thank you. I missed that.
Rider.
Spain gets something, please.
As long as you guys are good.
Rider. You guys are gonna have a decent wave coming in over there, dead.
Might want to consider Jackals.
Oh, Fred.
We're fine.
Rider.
Then they'll cheat it.
Almost through it. Does he come to live or dead side first?
Live.
Last scam.
I have waited long enough. Now
Good.
you face the harvester of souls.
On Mikhail.
30% the gate's open, I think, right?
Well, hurry up, guys. I already used my sprint. I'm sprinting at the door. It's closed.
He's gone.
Okay, he's on our side now. Let's fucking fuck him up, guys.
Sorry, Mo.
So, a lot of drama about Shackles for nothing.
Oh, he's
Yes,
open.
Literally either or. World
Oh shit.
Pass on the loot.
Congrats, guys.
Some good frost.
We've got company.
Oh no, trash.
Invaders, cease this foolish venture at once. Turn away.
God, that's amazing, the difference between
Yeah,
today.
right.
My God.
Intercept helps so much. Like, those guys weren't blasting us at all.
Enough prattling. Let them come.
I felt like we were in like dead mines or something.
Desecrated Sabaton.
They stay alive.
Or how about Ubers waiting for Rick and Rend?
Warriors,
Perhaps
Rogues,
come to their
Desecrated
senses.
Sabatons.
Yeah,
Run
Dead.
away
people
as
like
fast
Ren.
as they can.
Check on the baby.
I've heard about enough of your sniveling.
Rex.
Okay, I'm getting another one. Can you open it back up?
Conserve your anger. Harness.
One more time, guys.
You will all have outlets for your frustrations.
Desecrated Sabatons. For your apparently roguish enjoyment. Congratulations to Mr. Buns. Mr. Buns, a Trader Fizzer.
Congrats, Tommy.
Congrats, Comet Buns.
Tommy.
Are we ready for a pull?
Oh, and get the star as soon as the zombies go away.
Yep.
Next
Alright.
three.
Hey,
Leather lovers. So all the leather lovers. Alright, grab scroll, open to thither.
Oh, it's still in.
Oh, God.
Why does moves have this raid?
I don't know.
Are we good
Horrible idea.
Make it cute now for Master Looter.
Are we pulling them back?
Please.
I think so, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do these cleave?
It's gonna be fun to find out.
They probably did the enrage.
Yeah, they get all fussy.
Don't look the same to me.
Didn't go through Slampus. I didn't see what error it was.
Flee before it's too late.
Oof. 2 bats.
Coming 2 bats.
Remember to see the target is done quick.
Might want to move back. Oh, never mind.
Alright, here we come. Frozen rune up ahead.
Hey, hold, do those thawing things last between raids?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll grab these real quick.
Who's putting up rank 1 Fairy Fire?
That might be me.
I blame
Someone
Adam.
respec. You blame me? Well, whatever. I have done that before.
Druid trainer to do the paladin rank 1.
Yeah.
That's Rita for some reason.
Sometimes if you respec, you have to relearn that shit. It's super annoying.
But I haven't respected, so I don't know what that would do to this preserver.
I have no room to talk on that regard.
All right, guys. So you get to hear me talk once again. Before we even fight this, I want everyone to come back into the room we just cleared, and we are going to go over positioning. I would do it in the room we're in, but there's trash mobs like right there. In fact, watch the. There's a patrol coming towards us right now, guys. Watch out. How far does that pat all the way? Do we just want to kill this patrol?
Yeah.
Let's just kill this patrol.
Yeah.
Alright, so I need 3 other people. Moose, do you still have those Alloon stones on you?
I do.
How many do you have?
I have 3.
Can you give one to Fizzer and give one to, because I was there a 1 minute cooldown? Okay.
I have 11 on mine, on my thing. Right.
Alright, give one to anyone else since you can only throw down 1 a minute. And then, can you guys place them? Can you just create a square? Here's one corner. You can do it. I have faith. And then put one like over here, and just create a square with those things.
How big are we talking? Like, where Fizzer is now?
Maybe like over here.
Where Adawet's jumping and where Denzel's jumping. It's fine. It doesn't have to be precise. I just want to create a corner. 4 corners. Okay, so how this fight works, you guys, is well, I assume everyone knows the mechanics, but I'm going to go over the movement because that's the most important part and the most difficult part. And I'm going to start with the tanks and DPS. Healers, I'll come to you in a second. How the movement is going to work is you guys are essentially creating 2 different V formations. All right. One of you is creating a V formation right side up, and the other one's creating it upside down. And we're essentially making an X movement throughout the raid. We're going to have a group start on the boss where I am right here. We're going to have 2 groups in the safe zone right here. And the 4th group is going to be here. All right. The back 2 bosses are just going to be healers and tanks at the start of the fight. So almost everyone in the raid is going to be working on the front 2 bosses, the 2 that are closest to us when we start the raid. Okay. How this works is you have stacks that each boss is going to give you throughout the raid. To make things simple, fuck, our groups are all messed up. Let me rearrange groups really quick. Can I have group 1? Can I have group 1 come to here? Can I have group 2 come here? Sorry if you guys are watching the groups. I'm rearranging it as we go here. Can I have group 3 and group 4 in the safe zone right here? And keep paying attention because there's healers in those groups. I'm moving you. All right. And then, Malix, who are the 8 tanks? Can you go over those really quick?
So which ones are you using as far as, is this the front here that we're standing in, or is this the back?
Correct. So ideally, let's have, ideally let's have, like this is Morgraine here, and you would start here. This is considered the hardest hitting boss, fire resistance.
Probably me and Wolf on Morgraine. And then, let's see, so who do you have in the next corner? So this is front, left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to do moves and Mikhail on this one? And back here, the light's gone. You can do, let's do Rita and Hole.
For just right now, can every tank just move to those spots? I'm going to move you in a second, just so I can visualize where everyone is.
Back here, Rita. Rita. And then over here, we'll do Black Ice and...
I'm gonna enjoy killing these slack-jawed daffodils!
You have your tank here with you, Slim?
No, I didn't bring it.
About Kinsara, do you have yours with you?
I don't have that real, but yeah, I can have
Real, bro.
Casual, do you have your tank here?
I do, and I have the real.
Alright, you're back here then. Okay, go for it, Vita.
Alright, everyone check your groups one more time. I had to, fuck, actually, Black Ice, you're tanking, Hole, you're tanking. It's close enough. I can't make it a perfect amount with the 8 tanks, but that's roughly the groups. It's going to be, where I'm standing is group 4, groups 2 and 3 here, and groups 1 here. Can I have, was it Wolfkin, or sorry, Malix, you said Wolfkin's is over here with you. So Malix starts here, Wolfkin's, you start here. Mikhail, you start here, moves, you start in the middle, in the safe zone. And in this corner, Hole, you start here, Rita, go to the safe zone. Black Ice, you start here, and Casual, go to the safe zone. Okay, so basically what this is going to happen is the fight is going to start, and I'm going to, once we get in the room, I'm actually going to work on our starting position, how we're going to do the pull. But let's pretend that we magically pulled the bosses to the 4 corners using hunters and tanks kiting them correctly to the corners. And here's our setup. In this corner is going to be group 1 with the melee here. Healers, I'm going to go over your rotation a little bit, but position-wise, you guys are going to be just in front of the safe zone, but like as far away, max distance from this as possible so that you don't get hit by a meteor and get one shot. There's also going to be healers here and group 4. And what's going to happen is as soon as the fight engages, we're going to start getting stacks based on which fight or which corner that you're in. At 3 stacks is when everyone is going to be making their transition, okay? So it's going to be group 2 runs this way, and group 1 runs this way. Does that make sense? Group 3 runs in at the same time, and group 4 runs this way. At 3 more stacks, if you just came, if you're group 4 and you just came from here to the safe zone, you're going to wait here for 3 stacks. After 3 stacks, you're then going to go to this boss. You're going to create a V shape, all right? You're not going back and forth to the same one. You're going to be creating a V shape. Now, the movement is very easy. You're just watching your 3 stacks moving back and forth. The only thing that's tricky is on this boss right here in this corner, you have to wait until after the meteor hits to make the movement, all right? Even if you have a 3rd stack and it's ticking and you're realizing, shoot, that 4th stack's about to come, I would rather you get hit with a 4th stack from this boss than to be in this middle zone, in this like no man's zone, and a meteor hits, because what's going to happen is the tank right here is going to get one shot, all right? So you have to soak this meteor. It's just like the Anubisaf guys in AQ40, or AQ20 rather, both of them. You have to soak the meteor so that this tank doesn't get one shot. Range DPS, you are also going to be here, right? The only ones that aren't stacked here are the 3 healers that are going to be over here. Now, for the back, you guys in the back, you tanks in the back, you're going to be making the exact same movement. So after 3 stacks, a tank is going to come in, and a tank is going to come out this way. All right, and the same thing goes here. Now, the only difference is for you tanks, unlike DPS, you have to make sure that the tank that walks in taunts the boss, and then obviously the tank wants out. Because if you kite the boss this direction, everyone's going to start getting hit by the stacks. All right. So it's important that you have to make sure, and this is why we have those reels. This is why taunt rotation is so important. It's because you're supposed to walk here, taunt, boom, walk back to the safe zone. Then the next rotation, you tank. The tanks back here are going to be making that same V formation, just upside down. All right. Unfortunately for you druids, you're at a little bit of a handicap, but all you warriors that are tanking, these bosses can be disarmed. All right, so use that to your advantage. You should probably be in full mitigation gear, except for the tank over on this side. You're going to be wanting fire resistance gear. So I suggest was that Wolf and Malix for the first 2, and honestly, you're probably going to get a 3rd. Just to be safe, I went all 4 tanks on these 4 rotations. Wolf and Malix can put a little bit more fire resistance gear. Wolf and Mikhail and Moose. If you guys have some fire resistance, you're obviously not going to get it to the 3rd rotation or 4th rotation. But just in case we don't kill it in time, which is very possible, I want you to have a little bit of fire resistance gear. And healers, this is like the big heals, pop all your cooldowns, trinkets, etc. boss right here, because this is where the tank will die. This one spot is where we're most likely going to see a tank die.
Is that our first kill, Moody?
Say it one more time.
Is that who we're targeting for first kill?
We're going to be targeting both these 2 front bosses, because the DPS is going to be split. It's most likely that, honestly, I can't tell you what. They're going to go down roughly at the same time. One might be slightly lower than the other based on like which warrior's on which side during execution or something like that, or which mage got a huge rolling ignite. But for the most part, they're going to be DPS roughly at the same speed. Once these 2 bosses die, the fight is not over. It will get easier, but the fight is not over. When we rotate to the back here, it is really important that melee DPS never, 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 never come to this boss. It does the same effect that Cthulhu does with the nature chain damage, but it's holy damage. It will one-shot you if it chains to enough people. It has a 30-yard range, which means all ranged DPS and healers can max range outrange it. So the only people that should ever be getting hit by it are the 1 tank, or maybe 2 if you get caught between tank transition. But no one should ever get hit by that. So ranged DPS, you're going to start here. Melee DPS, you're going to start on this boss, and then rotate back to the safe zone. Wait for your stacks to fall off, and then go back to this boss again. Ranged DPS, you do have the luxury of bouncing back and forth between the 2 bosses. So towards the back half of the fight, sorry melee DPS, but you only get to DPS half the time. It's just the nature of this fight. Before we get into the actual movement, and sorry this is taking a long time, guys, but healers, I'm going to go over your positions. So hopefully you guys all see your healing assignments, and we all have colors associated with it, all right? So can I have the red? Sorry. Can I have all the people starting at Mograine here? All the people starting at Thane here. Bomau in the back. And remember, you're ideally 35 to 40 yards away from the tanks. And then the other three here. So unlike the ranged DPS and the melee DPS, we don't get the luxury of rotating after 3 stacks. How it's going to work is at the very first stack. So with one, right as the fight starts, we're going to be fighting, 1 stack goes out. Everyone that I have labeled red in the healing assignments is going to rotate clockwise. So, who is that? Myself, Zanny, Serotonin, and Ponter. So at 1 stack, I want all 4 of us to rotate right now in a clockwise manner. So rotate. At the second stack, I want Ouchers, Leida, Ormond, and Hots for Thoughts to rotate. So let's practice right now. 2.
Ormond's not here. Is that Dancer?
Dancer.
Sorry. Okay, Dancer, you're going to take Ormond. So let me change that. And then the remaining 4, Timu, Holychuck, Denzel, and Razard. 3 stacks, you guys rotate. Okay? This means we should always have minimum 2, if not 3 healers on every tank at all times. We should never have 2 people rotating at once. If a healer dies for some reason, we'll have to, honestly, we'll just have to do our best. We might have to rotate someone across the platform to cover this tank in particular. So this is one we want to make sure we have 3 at all times. But ideally, we will never lose the healer. There's no reason you should be taking much damage. After that 3rd stack goes out, then you are just always rotating at 3 stacks. So it's only the very first time where you have to think about your colors, and then the math should work out where at 3 stacks, it's back to red rotates. So we're back to everyone that's red rotate once. So Serotonin, Ponter, and Zanny, and then so forth, okay? So just to practice right now, I want everyone to get into your starting spots. Melee DPS, tanks, ranged DPS, healers. And I'm just going to call out stack 1, stack 2, stack 3, and I'm going to watch everyone's movement, all right?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
So as the tanks, do we do the V formation?
Yes.
Or do we do the V thing? So where do I go after, like when moves comes to replace me?
You go to the safe zone.
Yeah, then after the safe zone, do I go back to the same target, or do I go to a different boss?
Nope. That would be a straight line. You're creating a V. So if you're over here to start, right? So you'd be going from here, safe zone for 3 stacks, then here, taking the boss for 3 stacks. Then you get back to here for another 3 stacks, back to here for another 3 stacks. And you just keep doing that indefinitely until the bosses are dead.
Okay, got it.
The healers, you guys are never making a V. We're going in a square formation the whole time. So we're never in a safe zone, but we're also never in danger of taking any damage outside of just the stacks, all right? So we're never soaking any of the meteor damage. We're not taking any of the holy chain lightning damage. I did forget one thing over in this corner. Pretty self-explanatory. This is the same mechanic as that we're going to see on KT. There's going to be void zones that appear at the floor. Just move out of them. You have plenty of time to move out. I believe healers, you are going to be subjected to this, so just move, watch your feet, but it's pretty easy. All right, so I'm going to go over, I'm just going to call it stack 1, stack 2, stack 3. I'm going to watch everyone how they rotate and just see how this goes, and then we'll hopefully get it down and we'll move into the boss, all right? So fight starts, 1 stack.
Tank.
2 stacks. Here's the big one. 3 stacks.
I wait for him to taunt.
Good job. Yep. Tanks should stay there until they get taunted off. 4th stack. 5th stack. Another big one. 6th stack.
Taunt.
7 stacks. I just watched 2 healers move, Serotonin and Atchers. One of you should not have moved just then.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. 8th stack. Denzel and Hots for thoughts. I think too many of you just rotated.
I didn't do. We get that. It was good.
All right, 9th stack.
They taunted.
And just to avoid redundancy, we'll call that good for now. But you guys kind of get the gist. Obviously, you won't be seeing like stack number 7, stack number 8, especially for you healers. If you guys ever get more than 4 stacks, you've done something wrong, and you're probably eventually going to die. But healers, after your first initial 3 rotations, just remember you're always rotating at 3 stacks. Okay?
Are we gonna have enough time to run though? Are we gonna pick up an extra stack when we're running, or what?
You shouldn't, but honestly, especially as tanks, a 4th stack will not kill you. Honestly, the stacks only start getting lethal at the 5th stack, and you could probably even live through that and get to a 6th stack. But just to be on the safe side, we're going to rotate at 3 every time. Really, the only thing that'll kill a tank is the boss hitting really hard here with fire damage, or I don't know, if you step in a void stone or get hit by a meteor when no one's around to soak it. And remember, any DPS or tank that is over in this corner, you cannot move until the meteor goes out. All right, it's going to be hard for anyone to be calling that out unless you're over in this corner to be seeing it. But just watch the DVM timers. They should never line up with a stack going out, so they should always be within, I think it's like a 6-second window of like meteor will go out, then a stack or something like that. So there is a window of opportunity to make that move back into the middle safely without leaving your tank to just get one shot and wipe the raid. All right.
Now, the other people can move in before the meteor, or no, they cannot?
No, because you risk. Like, let's say you're moving in and like one person's here, one person's here, one person's here, and you guys are all trying to walk forward. The meteor can target you guys, right? And what happens if it targets me right here? Then I just got hit for like 40,000 damage and I'm dead. So the people moving in and the people moving out should wait till the meteor goes before you make that movement, all right? The meteor is what's going to kill you over here, not the stacks. Unless you're staying in for 5 or 6 stacks, which would be a long time to not be paying attention.
So Buddha, then you should have then 2 teams, 10 people, 2 groups when the meteor hits. Is that right, or just one?
Just one. It should be, because if you want to time it right, if you're watching your DBMs, you can have 10 people here, but then you do risk that you're going to start getting a stack earlier than you wished. So just to be safe, for now, until we get this a little bit more practice, I want the group that's here rotating in. You want to wait 3, 2, 1, boom, the meteor hits, then you walk in. And once the meteor hits, the melee that are here, you can leave. All right, the meteor's not going to hit again for another like 16 seconds or something like that. So you're not leaving your tank to die. Just wait till the meteor goes and then you rotate out. Does that make sense?
What are the pre-pots for protection potions?
So the aura that's going out is shadow damage. However, popping a shadow protection potion will probably just get eaten by the first couple stacks, and it'll be a waste because it's so little damage going out and it's very healable. If for whatever reason you're sitting at like 3-4 stacks and you're about to take that 5th one, that would be the time to pop a shadow protection potion to avoid getting one shot. If you realize that you're light on bodies over in this corner, you can pop a fire protection potion. Those would be the two different situations. But to pre-pop one, you know, you could pre-pop a fire one if you wanted, but I wouldn't say it's mandatory or anything like that.
Okay.
For aura's sake, paladins just run fire aura. That's really the lethal thing here is going to be the fire damage. It's going to be the meteor and the melee fire damage over in this corner. So all paladins just run fire aura, and group 6 and 8, since we have 2 paladins, you guys can run devo and fire aura. Really quick, just because I've gotten actually a few people asking me this now, can I have everyone get back in your starting position, and we're going to go over movement as if the first 2 bosses are just about to die. Okay, so we're gonna practice what happens once those 2 bosses die. So everyone back into your starting spot. Let's pretend that we've gone through the entire rotation like once or twice. The bosses are at like, I don't know, 5%, 2, 1, dead. I want everyone to rotate to the back 2 bosses. Healers, we never alter what we're doing, except now we can move into the safe spot. All right?
So we just go into the safe spot instead of go to where the dude was?
Correct, because it would be, you would think like, okay, we just doubled up on healers, now we can just put 6 and 6, except we're not able to just walk back and forth like this because the stacks won't fall off in time, so we still have to utilize the safe zone to have them fall off in time.
Right.
So
it's 2 minutes, right? 2
yeah, so we're essentially now healers. You're going to be doing the heal in, safe zone, heal in. So we're creating the V formation now instead. But it won't be nearly as, like I said, these 2 bosses don't hit nearly as hard. So healing wise, it is going to be a pretty easy walk in the park. As for DPS, let's pretend that it's both died. Range, go to your spot. Melee, go to your spot. So all melee can go over here. Melee, you can walk over here and start DPS on this boss. Ranged, you guys are going to be right where the healers are. So this is out of range of the holy damage. So you want to, you know, make sure that you're 35, 40 yards from the boss. You're going to be hitting. We get to 3 stacks. I want everyone to rotate. So range DPS, you're going to go here. Melee DPS, you're just going to cheer on your teammates. You're just going to be standing here and hoping everyone else does their job. And then another few stacks go out. Melee, you're just going to have to sit here until your stacks fall off. Once they do, you can go back in. Same with range. Once your stacks fall off, you then can walk over to the side of DPS. Tanks, you're going to have to do that same rotation, that V rotation, the entire time though. The one upside is you just gained 4 tanks. So if we want, especially if we have, you know, tanks that are dead or better geared tanks that just rotated in, we can use our judgment call on if we want to swap tanks at that point. But if things are going smoothly, just keep the same V formation that you guys are doing to make comms a little clear and precise.
Hey Buddha.
Yes.
You know, when the 4 bosses are still up, the ranged group, and obviously we do have to run in for the meteor for all the reasons we discussed. But when we rotate back to the middle, and like, do we really have to run in to this boss, or can we just sit in the safe zone and nuke him?
You won't be able to reach him from the safe zone, but you can be where the healers are, which will be like roughly here.
So you don't have to move all the way. All right, gotcha.
Nope. The only time anyone has to be in melee range as a ranged DPS is if you're over in this corner. Other than that, when we get in there, if you guys don't know how it's set up, this middle area that I'm creating a box with is going to have a set of stairs. The safe zone is at the staircase on this side. So if you walk into the middle, you're going to get hit, I believe, by all 4 at once. So that's a big no-no. This is like the worst spot in the entire raid or the entire fight to be standing. So you want to make sure that you're up in front here. There's a small little arc that the bubble from either of these two bosses will not be giving you stacks. And if you get like an accidental stack, just adjust. Like I said, one stack really won't do any. In fact, I believe it doesn't even do damage. Even 2 stacks, it's nothing, it's just a small tick of damage, which is why I'm saying popping a Shadow Protection Potion is just kind of a waste. You're just going to eat it, and it's not going to be worth your while. Other than that, anyone have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
I'm gonna enjoy killing these slack-jawed daffodils.
Isn't the bowl sort of complicated as hell? Or tricky, I should say.
The pull. I'm not sure I follow.
I mean, don't we?
Oh, the pull. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over. I want everyone to come with me, and I'm gonna show you in the room. So before I do this, I want everyone to stay back in case I pull the boss. I want to make sure that this could be the end of my world buffs, but I'm pretty sure if you approach each corner at an angle, you can actually get to all 4 corners of this fight without engaging the boss. Fuck, they teleported me. Alright, so they fixed that. Interesting.
Bye, Buddha.
Bye, Buddha.
Alright. Well,
It was good knowing you.
so we're gonna have to adjust. I'm actually really glad I practiced that before we all died. Okay, so how we're gonna have to do this is we're gonna approach it from the left and right side. Doesn't matter if you're on the front left or the back left, or the front right or the back right, as tanks. I want you guys to just be on the right and left. We're probably gonna have I'm gonna have like either a hunter or a warrior with a bow pull. Hunters, I want you guys to pull towards your back 2 tanks. So let's go TB, you can pull to the back right, and Nilix, you can pull to the back left to make it easy. Malix and was it Mikhail, right? You're the first tank up on that side?
Yeah.
So you guys will just have to pick up your own targets because we only have 2 hunters. But on pull, and naturally I can't signal to you guys because I'm walking back dead. But on pull, I want you guys to walk your mobs back. It's not super important that you get it back ASAP, but it's more important that you get initial aggro on it, so that I don't want you to just hit it once and assume it's going to follow you. Can I get a summon, by the way? Don't just hit it once and assume it's going to follow you, because if healers get heal aggro on it, then that's a giant mess. So make sure you get a little bit of aggro, walk it to your corner, establish some threat. Remember, especially the 2 tanks in the back, no one's going to be hitting yours. So just play as defensive as possible, and make sure you get it all the way in the corner so that the safe zone is actually the safe zone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that they, when we engage, they all run to their corners.
They run to their corners in Naxx 25. In Naxx 40, you have to do the work for them.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, they simplified things in Wrath of the Lich King.
So as we're facing these guys, then Buddha, Thane is going to be front right, or back right, rather?
No, Thane is front left.
So Thane is to our left. So it's over here in this little corner.
That's right. That's our right. That's our left.
I mean, sorry. Yeah, Morgraine is the hard-hitting fire boss over here. I am not going to walk to the back of the room because I just found out you can't. But in the back top right is Zelik, who does the ridiculous chain holy light damage, and Blamau is in the top left over in, I think I'm pinging that right, but basically northwest of the way we're facing right now. And that's the one that drops the void zones on the floor. So now that we see the fight, I just found out you can walk in there. You just can't walk along the far right walls. So we'll just have to do the initial pull with like groups on the right here and groups on the left here. Okay. Any questions before we go in? Everyone, if you forget where your starting spot is, or healers, you should be able to see it. I actually wrote out exactly where you're starting in the healing assignments, but now's the time to ask a question before we start.
I think there's a little bit of confusion on which left and right is the boss and the front two.
So serotonin, to make it easy, serotonin, you're gonna follow me. You're starting in my spot, so we're gonna start. Okay. We're gonna start in this corner over here.
Okay, cool.
That's not true.
That's...
You're starting at Mograine, and he's starting at Thane.
Did I get serotonin wrong?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, we're both red. Sorry. I got that mixed up.
Oh,
we're both rotating at one stack. That's what I meant to say.
Follow Ouchers and Timu. They're
Correct.
bottom left side.
Okay.
Correct. Thank you for catching that.
So bottom left is going to be here. Our left, the way that they're facing right now. So if you see where it's pinging right there, that's where you're going to hang out. That's where Thane lives. Mograine lives over there. And
just to reiterate one more time, at stack 1, it's Boodlejep, Zany, Serotonin, and Ponter. At stack 2, it's Ouchers, Lieta, Dancer Queen, and Hotsra Thoughts. Stack 3, Timu, Holy Chuck, Denzel, and Razard. Everyone got it?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm gonna grab Zylak and go to the back right corner there. Am I gonna LOS with the stairs? Like, do I have to grab him right where he's at and then go down the stairs and pull him down, or do you want me to go around? Is he gonna come down towards us down the stairs, and then I'm gonna grab my dude? Like, the healer's gonna be with me, so I can drag him around, or do you want me to go up and over the stairs?
So if you can get the hunter to pull towards your side, if you just want to run it around the side of the platform, that's fine.
I see.
Like I said, the stack that goes out will do almost no, if not no damage. And the back 2 bosses don't hit very hard. Just make sure you don't step on a void zone or anything like that, or get hit by or chain the holy damage. Those are the 2 things to watch out for if you're tanking the back. And honestly, the chaining the holy thing should be a ranged DPS and healer thing to worry about, not so much you. So as long as you pull it around that side, healers, you can follow your tank target. Just if you're on the side with the holy chain damage, just make sure you keep your distance. That's all I ask.
Hey, Buddha, last question. I'm sorry. Would you mind pinging the map where the safe zone is?
The safe zone, you see the stairs right in front of us? It's on those stairs.
Okay, it's actually on the stairs itself.
Let me see if I can actually pull up a picture, and I'll put it in Discord so you guys can see. It's actually bigger than you think, so it's not terribly hard to get it right.
LOS. Shit.
Hey, Black, on the pull, TV's gonna blast Sir Zelik for you, and just follow TV.
Okay.
And then taunt him off me before he melees me to death.
Yeah, we're just gonna go over to the very right of him, right?
Yep, I'm gonna shoot him and keep running towards that corner. And then as soon as I see you have aggro, I'm gonna come back and do my DPS thing in the front, right here.
All right, not the best picture. There are better ones, but I'm just gonna link this in general really quick, just because I don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer. That's kind of the idea. That safe zone, it creates like a little diamond shape. That makes sense.
It's in front of the stairs.
And like I said, if you get one stack, just reposition a little bit. It won't kill you. It really won't start killing you until you get to that 5th stack or 6th stack. All right. Everyone good? Any last second questions?
In that diagram, they have him in that little cubby around the corner. Is that where you want, or you want it at the very back corner?
I want it in the little cubby, so
like where
we
they're
can't.
pictured.
Yeah, so we can't see it. See on the I'm pinging on the map. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm trying to ping in those little cubbies there.
I think yeah. I'm just looking at your picture there, and it looks like it's just around that corner there.
If you look
For
at the
me,
podium,
yes.
if you see the back right skull, the way it's facing, it's right there.
Any other questions? Everyone all good?
You want me to just make the pull maybe, Buddha? Like switch R2 between Black Ice and me.
Where are you? Black Ice. Sorry, you wanted to switch you in the groups? I'm confused.
Like switch me just to be the starting tank.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. If you guys want to switch, that works. So that was, I had you going first and Black Ice going second?
Yep.
Okay, you got that, Black?
No, we're not.
Just gonna switch you're gonna tank second. That way you don't have to put it in position.
All right, that's
So
fine.
you're just gonna start in the safe zone, if that makes sense. All right. Let's do a ready check. Naxx, you can take it away from here. Please don't hesitate to ask a question right now. I'd rather you ask it now than mess up in raid, because this is the fight where you're pretty much relying on every single person to fill their role, and if one person slips up, it probably means a wipe. So.
Blows that pole, so don't be stuck on the outside.
Which paladin's on Mike?
Probably the one that's AFK on the ready check. Timu, which, yes, he is.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know, we pulled.
No, there's no way.
Let me out.
We're trash.
Let me out of here.
I ran in. I should have seen it.
What a scammer.
Yeah,
Okay, let's just go die. Go, yeah.
Let's practice. Practice.
Paladins, if you want to bop or DI the tank so they keep their world buffs, that'd be great.
Okay, Wolf, come over here. Come to a good spot.
I've got 2.
DI them in a good spot, please.
Who's to live?
You'll live there.
You're in the cubby here. Yep. That's where I was going to put it.
I need to rotate. I'm at 3 stacks.
Can you get Mograine away from TB?
First die.
Ooh, give me that sword.
Sorry. You're safe,
Just
Wolf.
get too close. Don't take
Oh, no,
your-
you're not.
Don't take your DIs yet. Yeah, I thought I might be too close.
You got him, Alex. Fuck him up.
Win.
Oh,
Oh, they're coming.
They ran out. They ran out the door.
Go through the door. Goodness.
Where did they even go? Oh.
We pulled extra. Someone pulled extra trash. Whoever's in combat outside.
Lampist, if you're running, just die.
I heart to Light's Hope. Is that okay?
I mean, everyone's running back, so.
I'm gonna release my DI. I hope I'm safe.
I hope you're
Mobs have
safe.
not
Oh,
been triggered yet, so might wanna wait.
You still have
Let
3 minutes,
that
so.
just go out.
Yeah, it's gonna take us 3 minutes to get back, anyways. So.
Is somebody running with ads on them? Oh, there we go.
Don't zone in yet. I think they're trying to run out of the instance.
You can't.
So Buddha, I mean, besides the accidental pull, etc., where Morgraine was being tanked, wasn't that supposed to be Thane's corner, or am I still turned around?
To be honest, I was not paying attention to where he was during that mess.
And it should have been back left, or I'm sorry, front left, as we're facing the room. If you're in a safe spot, he's going to be your front right.
Everything reset yet?
Seems that way.
All right, I got cables. Let me try. All right, I'm gonna try the scammer.
Yay! Did it work?
It did not work.
What a scam. It's like this way. We're gonna learn this run really, really well, guys.
Well, let's hope not.
Hmm.
Just gotta do our rotation proper, that's all. It's pretty straightforward.
It's almost better to have the two hunters pull the two front ones, and the two back ones should be just tanked by the tanks and pulled back. Personally, I think.
I mean, if the tanks in the back are comfortable with that, that's fine.
Because I can creep up right by the skull, and as he's coming down, I can just get him and pull him back myself. It's not an issue.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are comfortable with that, that's fine.
The reason I might agree with that is the reason I pulled was I was trying to find a good angle to pull my boss, and I was struggling.
All good.
Don't go inside yet, please.
The room looks different than 25 as well, a little bit in the very back corner. Actually, when I tanked it, I had to tank the Void Boss. It was such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I should be good. So like you can have literally the two hunters pull from kind of inch up from here and pull the two front ones respectively, and as they come down the stairs, I can just literally creep right in front of the skull and pull my mob and pull to the back. And the same thing should be with the back left one. What's her face? Blumont. I think it's easier that way.
Yeah, that works.
Sorry, Casual, just triple checking here since it's important, but this is TB. You're gonna grab Sir Zelik and just run to the back right corner, like without TB doing anything, and sure, sounds good. And I'll shoot, I guess, Thane and bring him back to the front left?
You can do more grain and then shoot him to the front right instead. So it's another. Yeah, you can do Thane on the front left.
Okay.
Right, Buddha?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, got disconnected. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
No, we can't hear you, dude. You're disconnected.
I wasn't sure if it's the internet. I just.
Here, just for a visual, guys, I found a much better picture. I'll post it in general again. That's what the safe zone looks like. So it creates a little diamond right in the middle of the stairs and just in front of it.
And on that picture, Mograine is red and Thane is green, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
We're waiting on anybody else?
I think we all need wisdom.
Priests have it.
Oh, scam.
Sorry, guys. Make sure you redo your fire resistance auras, paladins, if you died.
Don't let the door boss get ya, Sean.
What the hell was that?
He knows we're gonna wipe, so he's gonna wait outside.
The very long.
But one more thing, guys. The first meteor comes at 12 seconds into the fight, so you have 12 seconds to get into position.
Casual.
Oh, casual rage. Oh boy.
Scaring the shit out of us.
Oh yeah, if you come in from that
You
exact
practiced it.
angle, then you will never pull it. Yeah.
Chilling here waiting for the pull.
If there's anyone I trusted to run up there, it's you.
Alright, do you want to do a timer? Pull timer?
Nice.
What about Smithers?
Price is good now.
Here we go. Full timer going up.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Do we have one running around? I think we'll know.
Yeah, everyone was loose, sorry.
One stack. Healers, one stack.
That's not good. I got 2 stacks on Rita.
Yeah, I got 2 stacks in the middle. Saves them.
That's 2, unfortunately.
Back up, Hots.
Gotta be killed.
Black guys.
What happened to one?
I can't see how many stacks you have, so.
You gotta look at marks. Call.
TVN says.
I only got 2, so I didn't.
That's 3 on moves.
My meat extra crispy.
Moves down to meteor.
Wolf's got 4. There's no one to swap with Wolf, though.
Yeah, I've got 5 marks.
Well, we're dead.
Were there healers in the meteor side? Because the DPS on that side were not getting healed.
There were. I think healers, you have to remember, you're not just healing the tank. You're also healing people in range of you.
We definitely, the DPS did not run in on the meteor side before the other DPS left. So that was probably on all of us.
Also, we waited for that last meteor, and should the melee be stacking up on the tank on Thane?
Yes. So you're there to soak the damage so that the tank doesn't get one shot.
So range, we do have to run in, like all the way on the meteor side.
Yes.
So sorry, just to check. Like in group 2 starts Thane, right? So after we get 3 stacks, we go out. Which group is replacing us? Because there nobody replaced us.
So if I remember correctly, it should be 1 and 4 are on the bosses, and 2 and 3 are in the safe zone. At the first switch, 2 replaces 1 and 3 replaces 4. I might have gotten that backwards, but I think that's correct. So that should be the very first switch.
Oh, so group 2 is actually supposed to be at the safe zone at the start?
Testing.
Correct. There's half the DPS are not actually DPSing at the start of the fight. Also, you guys, we have 20 seconds until the very first mark goes out. So you should have plenty of time to get to the safe zone and not take a tick from a boss that you weren't supposed to get a tick from.
I was encouraged by that. I think we learned a lot. We saw the positioning.
Casual. Can you show me how to run up there so I can run with you? We're getting scarily low on pool. I think it'd be easier if I just run with you and start.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
You want to talk about this? You guys reach me.
Does anyone actually have a mark count Vicora?
Yes, I shared it. It'll post it in like big squares on like the top of the screen.
Giant squares.
If you go into DBM, turn on your pre-mark warnings. You'll get Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 if that's what you're looking for.
It'll tell like 4, 5, 6, etc. Up to like 20, whatever.
Yep, it'll keep counting the whole time.
Okay.
And
So,
healers
like-
will definitely have that on.
Yeah, because like after I had 3 stacks, I didn't know when the 6th stack went out because I wasn't getting any stacks. So I had no idea when I was supposed to move into the next boss.
Gotta get a few tries and get a good feel.
I think if you target the boss, it also shows you something too. Maybe you target the boss that you're supposed to go into. What happened, TB?
I know this is just different than my recollection from 15 years ago. But my recollection was for DPS is you were never sitting out. You were just always attacking a different boss, and you should never be attacking the same boss twice in a row, because then you'll accumulate way too many marks.
It's two different strats. One was spreading out the damage, and one focuses 2 bosses down right at the beginning, I think.
Correct. There actually is, once we get comfortable with this boss, there is a fun little thing I can show warlocks, and technically mages can do it too, but there's a carousel method where you can constantly be DPSing and never worry about dying, but we're not going to focus on that now. We're going to focus on this. Once we get this strategy down, we'll deviate a little bit to min-max a little bit harder.
So sorry, I just want to clarify again, just to make sure. Like me in group 2, I will wait 3 stacks at the safe zone, and then I will get 3 stacks at the meteor guy. Then I will immediately get 3 stacks from the next guy, or wait 3 stacks again at the safe zone.
Wait 3 stacks at the safe zone.
There's always a 3-stack safe between each boss.
Correct, unless you are a healer. Healers are the only ones that will constantly have stacks. Everyone else, it's like 3 stacks, 3 stacks off, 3 stacks, 3 stacks off.
If you took 4 stacks, then it might be a little bit different. You want to take 1 extra stack to fall off.
Use your cooldowns on the first one you're on there and try to aim down as much as you can. The faster we can get the first 2 down, the easier the rest is.
Where are my healers?
Still buffing.
Well, in the practice run, 2 was on Mograine, right? Because the meteor guy was on the other side.
Who is safe zone first, and then Marguerite? Sorry, then Pain, not Marguerite. Right?
Yo, what's going on with Margarita? Was it just having trouble moving her, or?
Pulling Blue Mount? Just hold the first tank.
Yeah, I'm the first tank.
Oh, okay.
I originally thought a hunter was getting.
No,
Yeah,
you're just gonna grab her and drag her back as fast as you can.
Let me show you how to get to the safe spot, so you can pull her just right in front of the stairs as they come down.
Yeah, where are you at, Casual?
No, I'm gonna show hold first if you want. Hold, yes, no.
What? Sorry.
Did you want me to show you how to get to your spot so you can quickly pull Lady Bullmount?
Oh no, I was over there, and then the boss went to the other side of the room. That's where the problem is. So I'm starting in the center.
Okay.
So scary look.
Well, yeah, imagine a Reddit check popping up and Exodus raid tools. Everything popped up on my screen. It's like, ah, shit.
Alright, so everyone's ready. Let's do it. So people pulling know what they're pulling, right? Make sure you're in the room. Let's go. And tanks try to get it all the way back against the wall if they can. So
3,
makes the
2,
safe spot bigger.
1.
1 stack. Healers.
Two. Let's go next.
Black ice.
I see ya. Got it turned on.
Almost there.
Got it.
Four stacks.
It just went straight to you.
He moves getting the crap kicked out of him.
Well, it's...
I'm still getting more game stacks here.
Yeah.
Because Morgan's gone off of aggro.
Six.
I see that.
Yeah, we got too many stacks. I mean.
He
gets. We have a soul stone on, so we can recover easy.
Yeah, gets the door
Yeah.
guy. Who was Morgraine running to?
I went to Malik.
Let's go, Buddha.
I, can
Let's dive, Buddha.
when we do the poll, can we make sure
See
that
ya.
we're polling at 3? Who's next? Or at the 0 point?
Roll calling earlier. What happened there?
Yeah, like there was no way I was getting. I guess it was okay. Mikhail got it there. What needed to go?
Make sure we use 0 as that's the second your ability goes off that pulls this target.
So do we have skill set?
Do we have a soul stone? Looks like no. Let's run back.
Yeah, I should have had one.
Do we know why what just happened? Like, why would he run past everybody and chase Malix down like long after Malix had left?
No idea. It sounds like Wolf got a taunt resist with the reel up, and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he did tank it for like a good couple seconds.
Yeah, and I had put in Bloodthirst, a couple heroic strikes into there, so like I'm not sure how it went right back to Malix.
I didn't
Salvation.
Once I was in the middle. So.
Nope, Salvation was off, and I have a macro that every time I taunt it goes off. So I hit reel, taunted, resisted still, then I mocking blowed it, and then was tanking it, and then it ripped to Malix.
Very odd.
Maybe he used to taunt louder. I'm not sure if he heard you.
Yeah, I when the taunt resisted, I mock and blowed it, and it still did like me apparently.
I think you're just pretty short.
Yeah, I don't think Wolf is threatening.
Yeah, he just looked right over you on that horse.
Yeah, I think your mocking blow wore off and he just went back. I don't think it works the same as taunt. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it puts you to the top of the threat meter, but I thought him being out, and he put enough threat into it would work. But
that was pretty clean until that resist.
Let's just not let me resist taunt, I guess.
You're challenging shout up.
Yeah, but I defaulted to mocking. But yeah, I'll make sure challenging goes off before I do mocking.
All the other tanks got it switched properly though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Black guys was slightly slow because I took 4.
Yeah, tanks like be ready to run as soon as 3 stacks go out because like the other tank's gonna get the 4th one as they're running out.
Yeah, I had one too while I was going in, so we were still in the middle. We were still getting stacks. So when I ran there, I already had one on me.
The other thing tanks is once you get them all the way back to the far wall there, and then like run through the mob so that your body is like between the mob and the raid, so that like it's a max distance as far away from people as possible. So, like run all the way to the wall, so he's facing it, and then just run through him so that you're on the other side.
We had Casual and I had him halfway in through the wall.
So you want the boss facing the raid?
There's no reason. I mean, he doesn't breathe.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want the boss as far away from people as possible, but you want to be able to get healed and stuff like that. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he doesn't do any kind of frontal cone thing. That's gonna.
Also, on the save, like, make sure healers are actually max range. I don't know. Do druids have something to go 35 yards instead of 30? I'm not sure if you have that. Otherwise, you're gonna chain the healers. We got like 2 chains, I think.
I even got you targeted casual, so the second you go to 3, I start running. It's just I can't be too close, or I'll get another extra stack on me. So there's not much extra.
Just follow Alex like I'm doing, and you can just AFK.
I got small little legs. It takes me a while to get over there.
You can also intercept because you're generating rage because you're fury, right? So you have.
That is true. I can stance.
You have
I'm
tactical
not
mastery and
fucking
stuff,
fury.
so-
I'm not fury prot.
Healers, I just linked a weak aura that'll tell you when to run if you set it in your custom options on which mark you're supposed to start running on.
Not used to having that. It's nice.
Yeah, I just took every week or possible that you guys linked in chat, and I think I have like too many conflicting now, but figured that out later.
Go and do customs and just set your which mark you start on.
Dre your team on me to summon. You guys can. Where's two? And Dre, where's the king?
Hey Buddha, this is CB. Sorry to ask for another clarification, but for the V, rather than go to the same boss back and forth and then don't DPS and then same boss, isn't there something where we go in, we come back, we go to the second boss, come back, we go back to the first boss, or do we just stay on that first boss until he's dead?
So you should be DPSing the left and the right side bosses here, the front two, back and forth until they're dead. You shouldn't be just like, it shouldn't be Thane, safe zone, Thane, safe zone, Thane. Like, you should always be like, you know, boss 1, safe zone, boss 2, safe zone, boss 1, safe zone, if that makes sense. What Emmy typed out.
Casual, let me know when you're good.
Yeah, I was walking holding spot.
Oh, we gotta pull.
Oops.
Oh!
Oh, you wussy people that ran out. Are you kidding me?
I think they're gonna get all.
Go die. Let's wipe.
There's a nice little voice.
Are we gonna wipe?
It's delightful.
Yeah. Everyone jump in the black circle. Let's roll.
See, that's how you roll.
Who's next?
Kill yourselves as fast as possible.
I don't know if we have. We do have, right?
I have one.
Yeah, from now on until we're like doing the pull timer, don't go into the safe spot. Let's wait until the pull timer's out. So like ready check means you're ready to go to the safe spot.
That was funny.
He took the soulstone inside the void zone.
Yeah.
Isn't he a puncher?
Yeah, I saw him first. I was like, yeah, he's got it.
So, funny story. There. This shit got me so drunk I was veering off course.
Oh my god.
Oh,
what?
the water?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I
Song
guess you
is
don't
old.
drink that until you get near your spot.
Cause of an answer to all of life's little problems.
Yeah, like it started swerving my thing. I'm like, oh, wait, why am I swerving? And then all of a sudden I pull. I'm like, oh shit.
I'm alone. Yay! Oh good, I get to run past people again. Worst part, if I know that there was priests with life grip, you'd never be able to do it.
Oh my gosh, I did get hit for 77 million.
A lot.
Champion. Soak it, noob.
$77,704,269 overkill.
Aw, Tom. Such a valiant effort.
Oh, does everyone have their run speed boots for this?
Yep.
Yep, Malix made me do it. Now I know why I need it.
Just to clarify, like on the meteor guy, the first batch that will soak the meteor is group 1, right? The second batch is group 2. Then after group 2 leaves, who replaces us? Group 4.
That should be group 4, yeah.
Yeah, we replace it.
Thanks. That's it. Thank you.
So you have 1 and 3 alternating with 2 and 4. Is that right?
Wait. Because 4 is out at first.
4 is not out at first.
4 is in.
What?
So group 1 and group 4 are on their respective bosses in the corners. Group 2 and 3 are in the safe zone.
Goddamn.
Group 2 replaces group 1, and group 3 replaces group 4.
Oh, but after that, who replaces group 2?
Then you crisscross.
Group 1 would still have their buff, right?
So group 1 will still have a buff, but they're going to go to a different boss and get a different buff instead. So that's why you're switching. That's why you're not just going safe zone, boss, safe zone, same boss, safe zone, same boss. That's the reason why you switch, is so while that first set of 3 stacks are ticking away, you're DPSing a different boss who's giving you a different set of stacks.
Yeah, but I mean like group 2 goes in, that's the second set, right? That means the group 1 is going towards the next boss after we go back to the safe zone. No one's replacing us. Because there's 4 sets, right? You need 4 groups that will...
We're only doing 2 bosses at a time.
Yeah, but I mean if 1 and 4 are together, when they go, by the time they go back to the meteor boss, that will already be the 12th mark or the 9th mark or something like that.
No, you'll have a. Don't worry, someone will replace you.
Okay.
It'll be one of the 2 groups from the other arm of the triangle will be rotating over to that boss by then.
Just to avoid confusion, can I have groups 1 through 4 out here really fast? I just want to make sure you guys are all doing it correctly. Let's have group 1 here. This is the boss. Groups 2 and 3 are here. This is the safe zone.
Careful for the mobs to the right. Look out, we pulled.
We just pulled
yellow.
Grab him, kill him.
Alright, I'm gonna... This is why I did it in the other room. My bad, guys.
Oh, we're trying to chain scraps.
It's like the worst scraps.
Play.
Hey, as a hunter, I resent that.
Okay, we're gonna redo this. Can I have group 1 here? I'm gonna be really far away from these. Group 1 here. The safe zone is now gonna be here. Groups 2 and 3. And group 4 over here. Alright. I'm gonna simulate the fight really quick. 1 stack, 1 out, 2 stack, 1 out. 3 stacks go out. Rotate. Four stacks, 5 stacks, 6 stacks go out, rotate. Is everyone still with their same group? Guess I should have marked people so you can see. 7 stacks, 8 stacks, 9 stacks go out, rotate. And one more time, 10, 11 stacks, 12 stacks go out, rotate. All right, everyone get that? Anyone else confused? You guys looked flawless. Now we just have to replicate that while hitting things.
Let's win.
Blessing of might, please.
Disaster Viscera. Rogues, you guys ready? Everyone's ready. Pull timer. Don't pull the boss before we even do the pull timer. Here we go.
5.
Healers
4,
that are healing casual,
3,
make sure he
2,
doesn't dip as low as he did
1.
last time. It was close.
Well, he got free buses last time.
That he did.
Also, too, for the future pulls, make sure let the back tanks initiate the pull and then just pull off of them. 1. 2. Next one's the big one. Tanks, be ready.
Damn it, you took it out.
What the fuck?
Still on board?
I got it. What the fuck?
Oh, Mikhail's coming for you.
It's still on you.
Got 2 Melics. 3.
Switch.
3.
Everything.
Got a hold? Okay. Came back to me. What the fuck?
Wipe it up, guys. Go to the door. Get your wipe on.
That's weird.
Yeah, the real doesn't seem to do.
So I got a taunt, a successful taunt, and then it went back to Mikhail after the taunt wore off. AoE taunt successful, went back to Mikhail after it wore off.
It just happened to me in Hole.
Oh, fuck.
I taunted and Hole even tanked him for what, at least 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and I was already back to the safe spot, and then it came to me. I was able to taunt off casual rage, and it was fine. Not sure what's happening.
Have your lips ready, I guess.
This could be this whole thing. Druid tank thing.
Don't go as hard. Don't go as hard.
It happened to Wolf though too. So
Wolf was just quiet.
My dwarf voice isn't loud enough. Gets it.
I really don't know. That's weird.
We just can't go as hard when we're initially tanking. Because I was pushing pretty hard.
it shouldn't matter. Taunt puts them even, and if you're not casting abilities, it shouldn't.
Yeah, a single hit after that initial taunt should reestablish aggro to the new taunt person.
Tell you what, we were lighting them up. Like, we don't need to keep that going for all that long. We're gonna have 2 dead horsemen.
And more grain was below 50%.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I didn't mention this because it doesn't really affect the mechanics as much of the fight, but at 50% and 20%, the bosses will do a shield wall, reducing damage by 50%, I think. So there's going to be a slowdown halfway through the fight.
So that's why we can't all just nuke one boss, right?
That's why I haven't tried it yet. I think we actually might be able to do it, but we're not going to try until we get it down properly. I'm fairly certain, though, mathematically, it is possible for our DPS to do that, but we're going to do this the proper way first.
Our DPS is pretty sick.
Except for
Fizzer was in the wrong group again. It's clearly some kind of stroke.
Is that what
Miss
you're gonna call it?
You miss 100% of the fireballs you don't cast.
I mean, I figured it was better to have a group of 5 and 3 than to try and like cross the streams in some way, so I just stayed with it once it started, but like I was appalled at my stupidity.
Moves, can I ride on your back?
Michaela, Malix is running here in one single spot.
Yeah, everyone's running in one place on my screen. Can you still hear me?
You're completely lagging.
Lag. You can still hear me on Discord, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Moves is gonna beat your internet.
I'm driving to Austin here in a minute.
You look like you're on a treadmill.
He shouldn't drive there. He should drive to your place, Moves.
Yeah, get him.
Use your internet.
Good point.
Pack his whole rig up. Take the spare bedroom. Kick your kid out. You know,
Holy
whatever.
shit.
You guys can share a room now. We got more important things going on.
Set up bunks and have a raiding
Land
dormitory.
party.
Oh shit, can I come?
So if it's
Hell
going to be a
yeah.
land party, which one of you guys gets duct taped to the ceiling?
I'm too big.
Oh, it's definitely Moves. It's definitely got to be Moves. We got to figure out how to engineer this.
Yeah, we're gonna need to get some serious engineering in here.
I'm into it.
Can we just
Get
be
some
like
fucking bear
the?
tape.
Can we just be like the South Koreans and just all live together? Like all of us
As a
I don't
team.
know if I want to
as a team.
Like a gaming house?
I have some concerns.
Where did that come from? They
Those
definitely
who live together, raid together.
Oh god. That's how you. We're gonna have like 24 homicides in the first day.
Holy.
I would have to say I'm a nice person to live with, and we can play with Legos.
Say I'll be eating good.
Oh,
No. You made it clear earlier that no one is playing with your Legos.
No Legos. No, I mean you have to eat at your computer.
That's
Serious team. Wow.
Is your laundry and stuff?
My daughter can do that for us.
We have to do it, but you have to rotate in a V pattern from the laundry room to the dishwasher to the computers, then back to the dishwasher, then to the laundry room.
In other words, the laundry's just never gonna get done.
The real Naxx.
Oh god.
You watch.
That's classic. CRT monitors. Look at those days.
Real Housewives of Maisdral. What if the housewife is the gamer?
Story of my life.
It's worse about running past everyone that was running the place as I ran all the way to Gothi's room. I guess it disconnected me somewhere near the intro. So I had to run the whole thing twice. Let's get left side, check what we're doing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good job. Looks like the back tank's actually got the aggro for me. Whoa, Shang. Gotta be really careful with the aggro where positions too. Did a stack roger on that? Three stacks. Resist. That's on the wall.
Get out of here.
Stacks.
He died.
Casuals down. Let's keep going for a second and see if we can get the switches down here.
Is that 4? How many stacks?
We just got 4.
They come take that off you, Rita. Coming to take that off you.
More range without a tank.
Get out of here, Rita.
Oh, we'll just run to the door and wait now.
Let's go to the void zones.
That would be amazing.
We're wiping. Why'd you guys get out?
So, Black Ice's taunt resisted. He then challenging shouted. That wore off, and he immediately started going back for me. So I obviously naturally brought him back to the corner and died. But yeah, so if the taunt fails, like we're fucking screwed.
Yeah, it seems like only taunt works, not the challenging with the mocking
Yep,
blow. So
nothing else works properly.
Worked for me though.
what I need to do is if there's a resist, the tank that it was on needs to stay in until the tank can taunt it again instead of running out. Like, I know you're gonna get an extra stack, but as long as the first tank actually gets in early. So like, literally the second 3 is you need to be running in.
See, what happened is when he died and I had it, Hole ended up coming in and getting it. What I did is I just went to the safe spot and then went right to Rita and taunted off him. It actually stayed on me, and Rita was able to get out.
Yeah, I survived with 6 stacks.
Yeah, you're at 6. Yeah.
You weren't getting too bad.
Alex, my challenging shot actually worked that time.
Did it?
Because I resisted even with the reel on again.
I have one that resisted for me, and I immediately challenging shouted, so it went back on me, and then after it expired, I mocking blowed, and then I taunted. So like, you might have to like taunt, use something else, and then taunt again just to make sure it stays on you.
Yeah, because I actually did try to go back, and I taunted again, snap back.
Because I think you need to get the taunt to actually hit. So like, if you end up using mocking blow or challenging shout, just make sure as soon as taunt cooldown comes back up, you use taunt.
Okay.
For stability, the second you get it.
Improved taunt would be good for this shit. I don't know, man.
So, happily we found out while we were already wiping that I thought I was close enough on the meteor. I was just a few yards away behind him, but I was clearly not, as my group has helpfully informed me. Because right as we were wiping, I got one shot, because I guess the meteor targeted me. So you gotta get, like, on him, I think.
Which is what your group was talking about last wipe while we were running back.
I mean, that, as I was saying, that's close enough for That's always been close enough for AQ meteors. I was only a couple yards away, but
There, if you're struggling with mark count too, the thing ME linked is what the healers are using there for their rotation. It could be easy for DPS too.
Do not continue. Turn back while there's still time.
Who did that? They had, AoE taunt. It doesn't work. Like, what the fuck? What kind of shit is that?
Get that. Just, if you have Mocking Blow up, use that, and then just taunt whenever you can.
Yeah.
Is this a DPS race?
No.
No. This is mechanics.
Just
Yeah.
asking.
The longer it goes, the more chance something can go wrong. So in that sense, it's better we get him down sooner, obviously, but it's not like a DPS race per se.
The fight becomes trivial after the first 2 are down, literally.
So is somebody going to keep calling out at every 3 stack?
I mean, we can. It would be helpful if you watch your stacks too. That weak aura is super obvious too if you do have it.
But safe zones don't get stacks, so we don't know.
That's what the weak aura accounts for, though. It literally blows a clown horn when it's time for you to move.
Got it.
It has a nice timer too, so you see when the next one's coming out.
If you load that up, look under custom options for DPS, just leave it at 0. And then every time it's time for you to move somewhere, you get a clown horn.
Also, we just marked all of our 8 tanks, so you can also just watch when the marks are moving, and that also probably means you should move.
We could just turn into a walrus and flail around for a little bit.
I'm just going to go ahead and drop a repair bot now, just so...
People sound like they might need it.
Right in the back. I'm not going to mark it because tanks already have their marks.
Not everybody moved. I don't know if 3 people for a poll.
people still here?
I'm here.
No, I'm not here.
Make sure you're not behind the door line there, guys.
Bye, body McBotface.
Alright, everyone's ready. Make sure in the room, let's do a pull timer. Again, if a taunt does get resisted, let's kind of just... I mean, if you have to eat another stack,
5,
then make sure it doesn't go
4,
off or I'm not crazy.
3,
Go for it.
2, 1.
Fizzer. Okay, just gotta be careful. There you go. Good on the blink. Stop making
Watch what you make.
3 stacks.
Someone's out of rotation, healers.
We're good at Thane.
That's 3.
Full scout 3.
I got it.
Gotcha.
Miguel down.
I mean, the battle.
How many marks do you have whole?
2.
Okay.
3. Coming. I got 6 of more grain though, so.
Resist on this side. Make sure you taunt again.
That guys, did you notice that big black hole there?
It's down.
Next time, bring more friends.
Yeah, I didn't die from that.
Well, we got progress there. Look at that. Kill Morgan, roll here. Do it, kill him. Oh.
Hey, how do you heal?
Oh, I did die from Void Zone.
You evaded somehow. Yeah, you can't stand in void zones back there. That's like your one job.
No, I charged in and taunted and I died. Just that fast, but I didn't realize there was one right underneath.
Don't release everyone. Don't release.
You're gonna res everybody?
Oh, shit. Those doors are scary.
What was that?
I felt like the wall was better.
Also, if you didn't before, there is a repair bot behind us as soon as we res, so feel free to click on it and spend your gold.
What happened too is as I was charging through, because I charged over some void, it took a tick every time I went through it. That's dumb.
I don't think you can reach me, Punter, right? I'll just run.
You're a little sketchy, yeah.
If you're in the back or anything like that, or if you're close to the boss, you just run back. It's like Naxx and Scroll maybe.
Like a summon.
Zan.
guys.
Cool. Denzel.
I was wondering why I actually died when I charged in. It's because I charged over void. I charged through the void. Damn, it hurts, eh? 4K, 4,400.
We get Mograine down too.
32%.
We're gonna get it. It's gonna be awesome.
You guys reach me from where I'm at?
Casual here.
I'm on whole starting side.
I thought you're an adult now, Sean. Aren't you like 20 now or something? 18?
Yeah, he aged multiple years in the past month.
18, man, you're an adult.
Wow, will do it to you.
Alberto, you're a freaking adult now, man.
Congrats.
Remind me never to die away from the door again.
Yeah, the run back takes a little while.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Don't die by the door. Or die by the door next time.
That's a great idea. Thanks, man.
That's what I'm here for.
Moves into your house tomorrow.
Beer's got the big brain in here.
You need some promotion for that advice.
Beer, congratulations. You're
I'm gonna enjoy killing these slack-jawed daffodils.
slack-jawed daffodils.
Man, it's pretty racy language.
Mm-hmm.
My ears are burning.
Covering my ankles.
Hey, the repair guy's still here.
Body didn't leave us.
Can we get feast put down in a cauldron, please?
I forgot that in my bank. Let me drop a guild bank.
You can just hop on your guild bank mount that also has a repair bot on it.
Mass res, mass res.
Yes.
Cauldrons are so nice.
Auction house mount.
Drop a feast, please.
So, anyone dealing with Meteor might be might be a good idea to creep out a fire pot just to help the healers out some.
You said if you have fire protection potions, you can pre-pot them for the meteor side. Drake, are you ready? There we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This guy's been pairing like a boss. Be careful.
Yeah, threat's a little scary. Yeah, just learning it the hard way. 2 stacks.
I'm gonna stop it guessing.
3 stacks.
On me.
Call out your stacks, tanks. Kills it.
We'll set 3.
Moose has 3.
I'm at 4. Need to
Void zone,
release.
watch out.
On my way, I'm on.
Stack up, guys. Should
Got
we
him.
get up here? Ooh, what's that shit?
Dead.
Down.
On it.
Moose down.
So I just got it right now. If you keep him up. Okay, it's down. Let's get the door on white. Slow stones out. Go ahead and use them.
Just fine.
Yeah, that's the other thing too is melee warriors when the druids are taking it, always get disarmed them. A little bit of rage, but if you guys can just swap over to defensive and just throw a disarm up for the druids. Okay.
Moose, did he make it to the door?
I chose to die deep in a cubby.
Oh. Well, if you get to the door, you
That
know.
sounds like an opposite of a door.
You know, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, you know what? Fuck that door.
That might hurt.
Yeah, I'm a bear.
Emmy has a. I was gonna say Emmy has a fantastic week where if anybody hasn't pulled it in, it literally tells you every time you need to move.
Careful, there's still a void zone here too.
You could go with credit too. Hunter brought that aura, I think. But yeah, it is great.
I'm gonna make a quick change here. Michaela, you're gonna swap with Casual. So Casual, you're gonna be up front in Michaela's spot. And vice versa.
Okay.
Oh wait, so which one is he doing then, or what do you mean?
The white one. Me and you.
Which one are you on, and where are you taking it, and which order are you in, Casual?
So I'm first, and I'm doing
Zealot.
Silent or Zealot. Then you're going back right.
Back right. Gotcha.
And you're what, front left?
Yep, on Thane.
Then you're starting with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to move back there as well, Malix?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who to swap with you. I guess, Hole, can you move switch spots?
Sure, where was moves?
Move started in safe zone and then moved to Thane after the first 3 stacks.
Got it.
And you're pulling Bella Bula Bula to the back corner?
I am pulling Lady whatever, yes, to the back left.
Roger that. You taking her around the outside?
Yes, sir.
With those 2 trailer park girls.
Am I reachable over here?
Emmy? Yeah.
Sitting here running on 2 legs like a chump.
So just to reiterate, where am I going again? Where's Mikkel going?
You were swapping.
Back right.
Back right. Are you pulling? You're pulling too, right, Casual? You were.
Yeah, I was pulling.
Is the one that starts with a B, Balumax?
No, you're Sir Xylek.
It's the
Exactly.
pale
Zealot.
dude.
Got it.
One. Furthest right.
Yeah, hopefully that's better. Seems like the druids were just taking a lot of damage from warring. It's
We're like one or 2 rotations away from killing him. I mean, it's more maybe 2, so it's not that far.
we just need to hold it together for another
Minute? Yeah.
Shorter than the run back. Some Ponters.
About Gothic.
Life is meaningless. It is in death that we are truly tested.
I feel like they should let skeletons pile up a lot more inside of a raid.
This floor would be littered, especially the doorway.
So tanks that got moved around know where they're going and what they're doing now, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
See.
You guys are good.
People.
Somebody pulled. If we can get in the right spots quick. Hunters, tanking.
The Master's will is done.
Two stacks. Three stacks.
Pulse down.
Beer's got it. Please heal beer. Beer if you have a shield on.
Three stacks.
There's another void on.
Got it.
Just don't go yet.
More grain is boosting all over.
That's a good one.
Killing them tanks.
Come on in, Mikhail. This water's fine.
I can't. I'm dazed.
You'll just run in the void zone.
Yeah,
You'll
what
die.
about Run.
Oh.
Come on, door. Survive to the door.
I have no
Fucking
choice
made it.
but
Good
to
job.
obey.
Just want Indiana Jones' hand to reach out from me, pull me through.
Just like a tiny little hat.
No.
I thought we weren't moving up to that little spot until the pull timer started.
Correct.
But we are every time, right?
We should all, to avoid accidental pulls, just chill out by the door until the pull timer's going out.
Which tank is?
Mograine, I believe.
Getting short on time here, so let's make sure we get good pulls, because we don't want to be wiping off the bat. Wolf, stack less dying.
I tried to stack last dying.
Ignore pain.
Yep.
Did you wear the brown pants?
The ones that I crapped in? Yeah.
Ooh, you're supposed to get a brown fabric first, and then wear your brown pants.
Somebody play the brown note.
Depending on the run back, we probably got 1 or 2 more pulls, so make sure the next ones we use, you know, if you're not using certain consumables, use them all this time. Winter, you ready?
Just about drinking, sir. By the time we pull, we'll be alright.
You're kidding. Alright, no early pulls, guys.
Gone, what's the door?
Get in the door.
5, 4,
Start moving up,
3,
boys.
2, 1.
See?
The might of the High Lord.
Number one is out. Three, switch.
We're fucked. It's fucked.
Oh, regular.
Casual down.
This move every third meteor or 2?
Let's just get by the door and wipe it up so we can get back here and do it again one more time. Do we have a soulstone or battle? Anything we can get?
It's like Zanny's DI'd.
Yeah, Zanny's DI'd.
Okay, let's get one more.
Yeah, meteor. They were just the second group basically was just getting to me, and I got meteor before they got there.
One shot, unfortunately.
Next time, bring more friends.
So did the first group leave
Who's
before
next?
they got the
Danny, don't take the soulstone. You're in a void zone, so don't take it right away.
So a meteor hit right just before the third mark, and then we left because they were like almost at the same time simultaneous. So maybe we need to stay around for the
Yeah, you
next
need to wait
meteor.
for the meteor to go out before you go. Otherwise, the tank's gonna just go down. Group 1 did okay. I think was the second one that left early, or yeah, the pole is perfect.
Looks like we're running back.
Waiting for that void zone.
Ah. I got cable spin out for another minute.
If you're far in the room too, start running back. View and reading that one.
Yes.
Live life.
For future reference, if we're in this situation, we could all spread out along the door rather than stack on the DI'd individual.
Smart.
Or the DIA individual could move away from the stack.
He probably doesn't even know he's about to be DI'd.
That's the tricky part.
There you go. Go, Zanny.
Yay, Zanny.
I really wish you could jump over this railing.
Oh, dude, every time we run past it, I like get the urge to just jump right off, but it won't let me.
I just realized, why am I going up there when I'm in the front tanking and there's a hunter pulling to me? I'm wasting time running the mob back instead of just being there and just DPSing more. For you guys.
Yeah, I've kind of been like peeling off since you've been there pretty quickly.
Okay, I'll stay in my corner, wait for you to pull. They run so fast too. Is that what the fuck?
So, DPS, just to avoid what happened that last time, in terms of timing wise, after a stack goes out, there will always be 4 seconds and then a meteor hits. So when you hit 3 stacks, wait 4 seconds. Eat the meteor, then move. Alright? Don't just see 3 stacks and then move right away.
Or I get shit on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you will casually rage.
There you go, Adam. Have some thorns.
Can we get summons out on the people that are not here yet?
Those stubbly little legs moving.
Last pull tonight. Let's make some magic happen.
It will kill.
God. I'm disappointed with this only one season of Netflix.
Isn't that a bummer?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Forge of Fire.
Moves and I are just right on top of each other's references. You know?
It's pretty solid.
Sounds like you finish each other's sandwiches.
Wow. Like a Frozen quote to really kick things to the next gear.
My last Rumsey rum. Mm-hmm.
1 second, just gonna eat. Okay, I'm ready.
Just waiting on that.
Yeah, I was taking in the dessert joke.
And the myth, the legend. Let's not get an early poem this one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We've gone the opposite direction. It's really long.
What is she doing?
Careful. Try to spike you really high. Sean just stop for a second. Thanks, Dad. Wait for meteors before you guys run out.
Don't forget to disarm.
And demoralizing shout if you got it.
Three for Wolf.
Coming for hole. Melee, you're good. Take one out.
Gotta read him.
Gotcha.
Ogren's on casual.
Got it. Doing great. You're tanking like a champ.
Pep, watch it, watch it.
Going in on hole.
Wolf's at 3.
Yeah, read it.
Get off the.
Don't worry about me.
Died to a meter.
Somebody able to fill in for Wolf. We almost got this so we can keep it together. Called out. Who's got it? I'm at 2.
How many attacks?
Wolf's up.
We're good.
Sorry.
Wolf, you're on me now, Wolf. Quick.
Getting there.
Says 3.
Mikhail, innervate upon her.
He got one shot. Casual did.
Together, we're almost there. Meters in 1 second. Don't run out with that.
He's almost got him. He's through
Run out melee quick. Switch. Another second.
the shield wall. You got this.
Resisted.
Gotcha. Run out quick.
Black is free.
It's okay.
You need a tank somewhere, let me know.
O'Grain's down.
Good job. Let's get thing back.
We need soakers on Thane.
If you don't have stacks, you can
Went in.
Says 3.
Wolf, I need you.
Yep, I'm coming right now. On him, on him.
I got him.
Come on, quick.
We might be too close to reserve.
Thane's down.
Things down. Okay, we're moving to the back.
Oh,
Melee,
somebody?
remember, you're going low, you're going in and out, so
Battle Rose casual. Tank it.
okay, casual.
I gotta rotate, sorry.
2 stacks, black ice.
I'm on my way.
It moves.
Tanks in the back, just keep your rotation going.
Yep.
Shit, I gotta resist.
Watch the void zones. Gotta move it out of the void zones.
Moves.
It's still on you, Black Ice.
Black
Okay.
ice.
Yep.
I got it.
Okay.
Watch your stacks. We're going in and out. Ranged, you guys are on the Zealot, and Rainley, you're on Blumo.
How many stacks you got over there?
Rita just switched to a DPS.
You're still tanking, my friend.
Just hold it thinking wise.
Come
We
get
don't
this.
mess with the order, but we'll back up tank for you.
You coming, Mikhail right now still?
Need heals on casual?
I'm trying.
Really, don't go in on Zealot if you just make sure you're only going in on Blumo.
My bad, casual. Do you have it?
He has it.
It's down, Punter.
That's
Okay,
right.
any more battle reses we can burn? Get more DPS or healers up?
6 minutes on mine.
Who do you want?
Just pick a DPS.
We just have to keep this going, guys. Healers, it's fine. Just don't stand in the void zones and don't eat the chains. We can totally do this.
Just waiting for moves.
J-Dog, you're very close.
Just gotta relieve casual.
Heading over.
Melee, kick Blumo's ass. Keep
Sorry, I
casual.
had 2 marks.
Get it out of the void zone, guys. It's in the void zone. It's on me.
When you got 3 stacks, I'm
Moves
supposed to
has
review
3.
over there.
Watch the void zone.
Lamo's really close. How are
I'm
healers
coming.
at Blamo? A lot of us ate
I'm on
another
3
stack.
stacks. I need someone to switch with me.
I'm coming. My normal rotation.
Grab it. Any tank on Blamo.
Go get a black ice.
Got it, Malik.
Going out. Melee, just watch your stacks. How you doing over there, Rita? You good? You need a refresh?
Yeah, cheers. I'm okay.
I'll grab Rita's when he needs it.
Okay, that's 3 on me.
Black is at. Normally moves would be coming here now on me on black
He's
ice.
on his way.
Got it. Go up.
Moves has it.
Right with the chain.
Chill out, guys. Be very cautious of your stacks. I'm at 2 stacks.
Yeah, I'm watching you. I click on you and then watch stacks.
Black's got me? Okay, cool.
How many stacks moves?
3 now.
Now.
Coming now.
Gosh, there's.
Take my set. I got it.
Running up. Careful going in so that you don't chain the thing with anybody. Watch the void zone, guys.
On my way.
3 stacks on Rita. Guys might have to scoot back in the safe zone.
Got it. Go ahead.
Still on Rita. Melee, kill it. Next is just range. Melee, don't even try going in. You're just going to kill people.
There's the tree. I'm coming. Oh, it's dead.
Up really tight. Any more battle reses anytime soon?
Still 3 minutes on mine.
Moves you good
Remember,
there.
max range, max range.
3
Cheer 'em
stacks on
on.
moves.
Fizzer, back up.
Oh, man, what's the point for you?
Get him, get him, get him.
Get it back over there, Rita. Good job.
Pull him
Everyone
back.
get away from it.
Oh, I just got a 4 stack.
You're fine. Up. Hold it together, guys. Watch your stacks.
It's dropping in 20 seconds. I'll come get that boss.
Druids,
I'm
if you're
only
going
a
up,
healer near Rita.
feel
I'm
free
at
to
2 stacks.
Druids, innervate somebody.
Innervate
If you're not
Poncher.
tanking.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Poncher. Innervate him,
I-
please.
He's got it.
5 seconds. He's hanging in
Someone
there.
kill him.
Gotta get out. Raise, it's you.
Okay, coming now.
I need a replacement. I've got 4.
Yeah, I'm coming right now.
Quick.
Got it. I'm flat resisted. Hold on.
There's enough tanks. Just switch it.
Go
to-
ahead.
Guys, just switch it 2 stacks for tanks now.
He's
So
down.
kill healers, mana.
Who's going in next then, Malix? Tank wise.
Moves go next. Just start running into them.
The
Need a
blue.
healer.
On my way.
We don't have anything
I need
left.
a healer.
It's 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Hearts can go.
Switch tanks.
He resisted. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Black, don't move.
Don't leave.
Another tank, grab it and pull it back.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Our stacks fell off first. Just get him away from the raid so he doesn't get too close to us.
We're good. We're set. Keep going.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
set.
you
The
do.
healers are here now. Just fucking blast them.
2 seconds. 2 stacks.
I have to do it now.
Wolf's gonna
Watch
come
his
in and relieve.
Go now.
DPS,
Okay.
fuck your stack, stay in.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
fucking killer. We'll heal you.
Yeah, 17% though.
Thank you, Wolf.
Come on, guys. You got this.
If you have shadow protection pots, pop them now. That'll help you live through another stack.
Dead, I'm dead.
He's down.
Melee, just execute it. See if you can get it down.
Oh my god, no.
14%.
Spread out as much as you can, though.
Spread out. Get that bitch in the corner. 50k.
Guys, be careful.
Move. What's your stacks?
5 stacks on moves.
I'm gonna go in.
Go fuck them up.
30k. Healers.
Down.
Dancer.
Go get a
Just grab
melee.
it. Everybody-
Dancer, you're the only healer.
Every single person needs to be on it right now. Spread out. Keep Emmy alive. Don't LOS the heals. Oh, heals are dead.
Healers are dead.
Kill it,
Only
guys.
moves.
4%, guys. You can do it. 2%.
Tommy evasion.
7,000. Finish them up.
Oh my god.
20%.
Saru, execute! Don't back up. Kill it.
Saru.
You go.
No
way.
1,000 friggin' health left. No way.
That's horrible. That's the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh my god, we gotta do one more pull.
We're already 15 minutes.
Fuck it, one more. One more.
I'm in. I'm in for another.
Fuck, dude. No.
How?
Can't be in range DPS that early because we need them alive for the end.
That was fucking brutal. I cannot believe I just watched that happen.
Alright, I'm gonna do a ready check. If you want to stay for another one, hit yes. If you don't, or if you can't, if you got work in the morning, hit no. Alright, looks like we're missing a couple people, so we got the fight, we'll get it done next time for sure. Tomorrow should be a pretty smooth run. We'll be able to get quite a bit done, so we'll get a lot further next week. It's only a day away. But at least we got the hard parts of that pull down and all that stuff, so.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, that was fucking good.
We're really close there.
That was a win.
You guys are. We're gonna get that next week, man.
1.5.
Absolutely.
TBM says 0%.
Yeah.
One execute.
Good night, everybody.
One execute.
Good night, y'all.
Night.
Good night, guys.
Night, everybody.
We'll get around 10 tomorrow. We'll get there in one night.
I think so too.